The term that we learned in class that I'm going to be talking about today is the social construct of race, which is basically that race is socially constructed and it's not biological, and it's based mostly on what our perceptions of what a race should be or look like.
Um, what I've seen a lot at the service learning is that there's a lot of color consciousness, which basically means the awareness of racial identity and the acknowledgement of institutional discrimination.
One time I noticed the social construct of race being shown in the classroom was my first day there. I was talking to a couple of the kids, and one of them commented how I looked Chinese, and this kind of sparked a bit of a debate because the other one thought that I looked Mexican. And then they were talking about how like I had Asian eyes, but I looked Mexican. And then I realized that these kids already, even though they were 6 years old, they already had like ideas of what a certain race is supposed to look like. And I realized that like at a young age, we're kind of teaching kids that certain races look a certain way and race is like biological.
My example for color consciousness is when the kids were at Kids Cafe and they were eating, and there was two little white boys who started bullying each other. And one of the group leaders came to see what was going on, and he asked them why they were doing it, and they responded, "Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with it. We're the same race. We're not being racist," and they just thought it was all about the race. And the group leader, instead of dismissing the situation, he addressed and he told them that that wasn't okay or appropriate, that everybody deserves respect regardless of your skin color, and no one is superior because of your skin color either.
I think that relates to our theme that we're talking about of identity, because I realized that even though like people like to act like race doesn't matter and we don't see race, it's still like people are forming conceptions of you, and like race is a pretty big part of your identity whether you want it to or not, because that also like kind of changes how people act towards you. So it made me like realize how big a part of like my identity my race is. Even though I think that my ethnicity is more important to other people, a lot of times it's race that's important.
So while I was at Jackson, I also noticed that they were really color conscious because I noticed that they let the kids, they talk their native language. They even have like classes for their native language. And while I remember while I was going to elementary school, a lot of my teachers didn't like it when I would speak in Spanish with some of my Hispanic friends. They would always tell me, "Oh, this is America, you're supposed to speak English and only English." So yeah.